What's up, boys and girls, cats and girls? Third Eye Shooter, and today on Giraffe and a G String, we're going to be talking about something a little bit serious. Today, I got a phone call that my uncle passed away. Now, the person who called me, their emotion was completely different from the way I acted, or I reacted, rather. So, I wanted to release this video or do a video because I think there are a couple topics in society in which we really don't talk about, or just like they're there but we don't discuss it, and I think death is one of them. I don't think we talk about death as much. We talk about the feelings from death but not death itself. So my uncle passed away, so clearly that's my mother's brother, and my mom is sad. A few of her other siblings have passed away, and how she was saying that she was sad in the way she reacted, I asked her why. And she was like, oh, because they passed away, and da, da, da. And I was like, I totally understand, but I was like, I asked her, have you ever framed it differently? The framing and the death of framing, or how we frame death, or how we frame anything in which we view it, because a frame just holds up a picture. So the picture in this frame is death. The picture, what's in the picture could be life, love, business, so on and so forth. So she goes, what do you mean? I was like, we're looking at something he did once. He died, unfortunate. I love the man, rest in peace. But he died once. There are at least 50 years of memories in which you and him have, because you're brother and sister. There are things in which you can reminisce on, and things you can always remember and recall. Just a couple weeks ago, I think it was like, 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was me, my mother, and uncle. We met up just to go look at pictures of each other, like Polaroid pictures. Back in the 90s, that was the thing. We would take Polaroid pictures to really commemorate a moment. iPhones are dope, but sometimes there's nothing like having a book of Polaroids, of memories. So I was asking her, do you think you're framing in the sense of, he passed away, but there's also 50 years of context and memories and experience you have with this person? And then I was like, let's take it a little bit deeper. I believe in God. I'm spiritual. I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I'm spiritual. So I go, I believe in the afterlife. So it's unfortunate when someone passes away, but I look at it like this. If you look at life as a game, let's say it's football, God's the quarterback. You now have your siblings as your linemen, the ultimate defense. So God is the quarterback calling all the plays. The people that have passed away are your line of defense. They're the people right there really watching out for you. It's terrible that some people aren't here with us. Rest in peace to my friends who passed away this year alone. Rest in peace to my father. Rest in peace to your loved ones and your friends and family that are no longer here. But for me, at least, I understand everyone grieves differently. I've always just felt that how we grieve sometimes is skewed to our feelings, and sometimes I think in the bigger picture, in the frame of how we frame death, sometimes God's plan. God isn't always just there when things are going good, when I'm doing good in my business, when I'm doing good in relationships. God is there all the time, even in my struggles, because in my struggles, God is letting me see that it is a choice. It is an opportunity. Now, what I mean by choice is, it is a choice to relish and praise God only when things are going good. But then do you have that same energy when shit's tough? And I think, for me at least, that's where the choice and decision comes in on how you frame something, where I go, I don't always understand what God has planned. I don't always understand what the universe has planned, but I know there's something greater than me pulling for me and pushing for me. I just have to meet that same push, and I have to believe in myself. Now, faith without works, I believe in the Bible, it's like faith without works is dead, or faith without works is pointless, because if you have faith and belief in yourself, but you're just laying down all day, what really are you doing? It's not practical. No one's going to knock on your door. Hey, we want to give you millions of dollars and allow you to live out your dreams the way you want to. You have to work for it. So back to my main point about death is, I think, again, it's a matter of how we frame it. For me, I don't know if I look at death in a weird, morbid way. From a young age, my grandmother's passed away, so for me, it's like something my father said to me when I was younger, womb to tomb. When you were born, the one thing you are guaranteed is death. we don't know when, but you are guaranteed to end up in the ground. So it's the in-between that really allows you to become the meat and potatoes and substance of your life, or the choices and decisions you make. I think I've spoken about it before in a previous video where I had locks before. Choices in which I made and decisions in which I made resulted in me having to cut my hair. Now, I mean, it's braided, yeah, my hair's curly again. I'm letting it grow once again, but it's the choices. I had a choice. You have an opportunity to decide the fate in which 2 years from now, a month from now, 4 years from now, will come into play. This is still, I suppose this is still on the topic or like coaster ride of death, because we can't talk about death without rejoicing in life and being here in the now, being in the right now. There was an interview with Cat Williams where he said something along the lines of, once you can learn to appreciate and live out each day. Sorry, I just realized that my phone, like someone could have called me and ruined the video, but Cat Williams said something on the lines of if you can live out each day as if at the end of it, you know that was it, you start to appreciate the moments, the in-betweens, so much more. You know, one of the things I learned was, even in health, this year, a couple of my friends passed away. My age, I'm 33. A couple people that I know in the 30s, lower 30s, passed away. And it scared me because if you know me personally, I've always been a bigger, heftier guy. And I've always looked at it like that's, yeah, you know, I'm healthy. I have no health issues, but that's, a doctor told me, a cardiologist told me this once. Your heart's the size of your fist. So if you're big, cool, you have a BMW heart, but your body is a 16-wheeler. The engine will go, but like, dude, it's not supposed to be in that. So this video is also about, again, health. Because again, we are born and we know that 100% we are all going to die. I think the in-between should be not only celebrated for ourselves, where we love ourselves and we focus on ourselves. I think we should also be hyper-focused on what we put into our body. Things like ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods are essentially foods you can't make inside your house. So it's like abracadabra, and you just have it, and we're supposed to ingest it. For the long-term sustainability of us as individuals, whoever's watching this video, whoever's taking it in, we matter. And I know we see a lot of, you know, fitness gurus and make millions of dollars and do this. I think you should every morning wake up and be grateful for what you have, who's in your life, the experiences you've had, good, bad, or indifferent. Sometimes the bad experiences, we need to go through them to understand and appreciate what good is, to understand what better decision making is, to use discernment, to just, life isn't always butterflies and rainbows. And the same way you rejoice in the good, you should rejoice in the bad. And I just wanted to make this video to send out peace, love, positivity. We're all going through something, and sometimes in the world of just death scrolling and watching videos and just being lost in social media, we forget that we matter, and we forget that we're important. Just because we don't have 10,000, 100,000 followers, you're important, you matter, you're loved, you're thought of, you're respected. So again, I just take time to appreciate the small moments you have in life and with life. Take time to appreciate the moments you have with people. Take time to yourself. Sometimes it's important to be selfish and tell people no. Focus on yourself. I also think it's hyper important to focus on your health, working out, eating right. Again, a lot of things that are popularized now really aren't beneficial to us. There are pockets of people who promote healing. There are pockets of people, but those pockets haven't been exploded and blown up. Push for positivity, push for the explosion of love and peace. Also, you know, using discernment. Sometimes it's not judging someone. Sometimes you need to implement a boundary. Sometimes it's not our job to help. It is not always our job or civic duty to help heal or make someone else happy. We have to prioritize ourselves. And I think, again, I've noticed, again, in today's society, if you have an opinion that's different from someone else, you're instantly called a hater. You're all kind of bad things. And I go, I can't even have an opinion anymore. So I realize now that we are almost training people to be quiet. We're training people to suppress their feelings and not mention their feelings. Expression is important as long as it is in a respectful manner. Having a conversation or discourse allows us to both hear each other, but we also have to both be aware that our points of view don't necessarily mean rightness or wrongness. There's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more way to get to the number 4. 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 1. So again, I just want to say thank you everyone who not only has purchased my book. I want to thank everyone who follows, comments, likes, subscribes, reposts. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic day.